Aloha, I'm Emily Thoreau Threat from Reclaiming Your Joy After Loss. Expressing gratitude has had a huge impact on my life. I'm sure it will help you too. When I thought I really didn't have anything to live for, I started writing down what I was grateful for. I found I kept writing things and making new lists, and that I wasn't repeating myself. This showed me how good my life actually was, and that I really had lots to live for. For a long time after Jacques died, I didn't smile. Life just kind of happened and I just let it. A couple of my friends were concerned for me and they gave me a copy of the movie The Secret to watch. I watched it with a chip on my shoulder. I didn't see how anything that it said had anything to do with me. It seemed like the movie was about magical thinking where I could just decide I wanted something and it would happen. I didn't see how it could be true. After I watched the movie, I noticed in the DVD case that there was a sheet that said, "Don't look at this, don't turn this over until you've watched the movie." And I'd watched the movie, so I turned it over, and all it was a sheet that said, "Write down things you're grateful for." Well, my attitude was, yeah, right. But I decided to challenge myself, and I started writing. It didn't take me long to fill up that page. I was surprised because here I was thinking that I was miserable, and I easily filled a page of things that I was grateful for, and it felt good. This little exercise got me going, and it got me thinking about more things to be grateful for, and I just had to write them down. I was writing them down on scraps of paper, on my receipts in my purse, on any paper that I could find. And finally, I bought a little journal just to write the things that I was grateful for every day because I kept finding more things and I was absolutely amazed to find what I was coming up with. And the more I wrote, the better I felt. And I was smiling. Knowing how good it was making me feel made me want to share this feeling with others. So I started paying attention to when somebody did something I was grateful for. I would express my gratitude right then. If somebody opened the door for me, I'd thank them. When my hairdresser cut my hair, I thanked her and told her how grateful I was for how good she made me feel by the wonderful job she did. I even wrote notes to people for a variety of things that they did to make my life easier. And that made me smile. And the more grateful I became, the happier I became, and I felt better. Most of my physical complaints subsided. I lost weight, and life in general felt good again. And then I knew I would survive. I examined my gratitude journey and decided to do some researching to see if I was the only one that felt this way or if there was some science behind it. And I was delighted to find there's lots of research, and it all agrees that actually being grateful and acting on it, whether writing it down or expressing it to somebody, creates measurable positive results. Here are some of the things you can actually improve. You can expect more energy. Finding yourself sad most of the time is heavy, and tears and sorrow weigh you down. But with the positiveness of gratitude, it releases that weight off your shoulders, and you'll find yourself so much more likely to want to do things. And the more I did, the better I felt. You'll be healthier. So the more energy I had, the more I would walk or swim or dance, and my physical conditions improved. I found out that the headaches that I was having were due to the position I was lying in on the couch that I just couldn't seem to get off of. But I discovered that when I got up, the headaches went away, and I felt better. You'll be kinder. When you spend most of your time thinking about ourselves, that's pretty miserable. But when we reach out to others, the kindness comes along. Today, I called a friend who can't drive and took her out to breakfast. She was so thrilled to get out of the house, and I was thrilled to spend time with her. That random act of kindness made the day for both of us. Your work will be better. The more you recognize the gratitude you experience from the working you do in your job, the more productive you'll be, and the more pride you'll take in your work. Or you may realize that you're grateful to have had the experience of this work, and you will be grateful for a new work opportunity so that you can move on to your next adventure. Your creativity will flow. Whatever gifts and talents that you have will open wide as you realize that these gifts you can use to enhance your life experiences. I find that I can sew and cook and paint and sculpt and write with ease when I'm smiling and being grateful for the inspiration that comes from being grateful for the process. Your relationships will grow deeper. When I was consistently and sincerely telling those around me what I appreciated about them, they started expressing gratitude also. Not only to me, but to others around them. The ripple effect that occurs when you throw a rock in a lake is similar to the ripple effect that comes from an expression of gratitude. So if you express your gratitude to someone for opening a door for you, that person's likely to express their gratitude to the next person that opens a door for them. And you'll experience more joy. I was talking with 3 women one evening about experiencing grief. Among the 4 of us, we all had experienced the death of many family members. 1 from drowning, 2 murders, 3 suicide, and 3 heart-related deaths. And instead of expressing sorrow, we were expressing how grateful we were to have known those people before they died and the joy they brought into our lives. We realized that focusing on the joy instead of the pain allowed our happy memories to come to the forefront. You'll notice gratitude all around you. I was having lunch with a friend today, and a young woman came up to her and told her that she'd been her dance teacher when she was a child. And she said what a great impact that her dance lessons had on her life, and she was so thrilled that she was her teacher. My friend had the biggest smile on her face. She was just thrilled by this unexpected gesture. Gratitude is one of those things that once you start doing it and noticing others doing it, the world just seems to be full of positive things and smiles. A few things are key to remember when you're expressing your gratitude. First, be spontaneous. You don't need to plan anything in advance. Just living with an attitude of gratitude will remind you to express your thanks and joy about situations as they arise. Thank your Uber driver when your ride ends. Thank your server in the cafe when they bring you for your food. Thank your friend for calling you on your phone. You can even thank your flowers for their beautiful blooms, or your garden for the yummy vegetables that it provides for you, or the sky for the amazing shade of blue it is. You can speak or write your gratefulness. You can express yourself to someone specific, or you can say something in general to a group. You can write a thank you note, or you can write a list in your journal. Or when you lie in bed at night, you can think of all the things you're grateful for that day. And you'll realize that this works much better than counting sheep for helping you fall asleep. The method is not as important as the act. And practicing gratitude does not have to take a lot of time. As the Nike commercials say, just do it.